recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Mormon, I'm very proud that the largest passenger rail car repair and maintenance facility is in our congressional district in Beech Grove, Indiana. That's the Amtrak facility. But I'm also proud of one of Indiana's engine manufacturers, which is Cummins. I'm curious, what is Amtrak doing to reduce emissions and increase efficiency for their locomotives at this time?
So we have an aging, obviously on the Northeast Corridor, we run electric locomotives. We have an aging diesel locomotive fleet, quite frankly, and a lot of work is done on that fleet at Beech Grove, and I'll be there next week. New diesel locomotives are $6 million a copy. So to replace our fleet would be about $1 billion. We are right now looking at how to rebuild them. Those rebuilds would include reducing emissions while giving us more life on the diesel fleet. And I think we are about to put a very good program together that will accomplish both of those things.
Are there any obstacles to increasing the use of cleaner technologies?
The biggest obstacle, I think, I'll go back to is just a financial obstacle. If you look at the freight railroads, which the new locomotive standards from the FRA are the Tier 4 standards. We don't have the capital to get to Tier 4 locomotives, as I said, but I think there are ways, and we are aggressively pursuing them to do exactly what you said and extend the life of our assets. And I will say, by the way, that we're also looking always across the country on how we can be more efficient and emit less in terms of carbon and pollutants.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Mr. Hamburger, do you have any thoughts from the freight side?
Well, I would actually just like to turn it over to Mr. DeJoseph in a minute, because we were very concerned several years ago whether or not the supply side would be able to meet the EPA Tier 4. And if they did, would there be a fuel penalty? But I'm pleased to say that his members stepped up, and we now have several manufacturers who meet the standard. But
as far as I know, all of our locomotive manufacturers are now in the position that they will be producing Tier 4 locomotives going forward. So I don't see, I'm not talking about the rebuild side, I'm talking about new locomotives.
Thank you all. I yield back.
Thank you, Mr. Carson. Mr. Smucker.